guys, this is Mike Acquaviva, and I'm in Newark, Delaware. I'm on Main Street right now. There's a lot of different shops here. It's pretty cool. I was just in a really cool coffee shop, actually. It's called Brewed Awakening. It's a neat name, right? But anyway, so in this video, I want to share some tips to help you better connect with people, either face-to-face or on social media, for your business or just in life in general. If you want to have really good conversations with people, this will really help you out. So there's actually a little tip here that you may not really have thought of that can really benefit you, and that is just to keep your phone in your pocket when you're talking to people. Don't let it be visible to the other person, because honestly, when someone else notices that you have your phone out and you're in conversation with them, they will be more distracted. They will feel less connected to you. They will feel less like they're genuinely like you genuinely are there and present with them. So if you want that person to feel like you're really present with them, that you really care about what they have to say, then leave your phone in your pocket. Do not have it in your hand. If you're talking to them at a table, don't have it on the table, because it will just really distract them, and they won't be able to fully connect with you. They'll be thinking in their head, maybe his phone's about to ring, you know, if he really cared about this conversation, he would not have his phone out. You know, it's a subconscious thing, and sometimes it's conscious. Sometimes they'll be really thinking, okay, you know, his phone is just distracting. They'll want to look at your phone, or especially if you're looking at your phone every now and then. So if you're looking at your phone, by the way, and you're in conversation with them, that means that you're really not connecting to them. You need to be fully present. You need to be fully present with people when you're talking to them. It's a very hard thing to do in our technological, you know, our distracted, technology-focused era. You know, in our day-to-day lives, we have our phone on us all the time. And you need to just put that phone away and focus on your prospect, focus on that person. So yeah, that's tip number one. Put your phone away. It's distracting. Tip number two, well, still remove any distractions, really. So if you can take the conversation with that person to another room where there's less noise, less distractions to get in the way of being fully present again with that person, do that. Tip number three, you know, keep eye contact with them. Now, you don't want to stare at them. You don't want to, you know, just have this like murderous gaze into their soul, like you're planning some horrible tragedy to befall them, and you're going to do something to them. You know, you want to really obviously connect with people, and of course smile, and of course just generally be there for them, and keep eye contact. Look away every now and then so it doesn't seem super creepy. Listen. So, you know, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen more than you speak. So you want to listen to what people are telling you. Listen to what people are saying, and then come back and retaliate with what they say with a genuinely curious question based on what they share with you. A genuinely curious question, you know, to help elicit a response that you can then use to move them into learning more about what you're doing, and just also getting to know them more, so you can find out another curious question that you can respond with after you ask them a curious question that is based on their response, that is really going to tap into something that's important to them. If they talk about their family member, you know, dig deeper, you know, ask more, you know, a more powerful question about their family members. So they say their son likes soccer. So, oh, that's great, you know. How long has your son been involved in soccer? Or what other sports does he enjoy? Or something like that. You know, it would be a deeper question. Just deep questions are important, and they really show that you really care. You know, if you listen intently, listening is really everything. Like I said, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen more than you speak. So listen very intently. In fact, the people that listen more than they speak are honestly thought of by people as the best communicators, like as one of the best conversations they ever had in their life, just because you're listening more. And also keep your spotlight on the other person. When you're talking to them, keep the spotlight on them. Put them in center stage. When you start to, say, oh yeah, my son's been doing this. Also, if you're trying to relate to what the other person is saying with your own story that is relatable to them. So you think because you're relating to them that you're building rapport, you're building trust, that you're really connecting to them. But honestly, it just kind of sounds to them that you really don't care what they have to say and you'd rather just talk about yourself, and that you're more interesting, that you think that you're more interesting, that your life is way more interesting than they are. And so you need to really be careful about trying to relate and coming up with a story related to that other person's answer, that is similar to their, that is about your life. So you need to be careful about really trying to be overly relatable to people, or saying, oh yeah, I also went to Disney World 7 years ago. That person really doesn't care. Keep asking them questions. They want to just talk about themselves. People really, honestly, they care about themselves, and they'll really feel like they're being heard if you ask genuinely curious questions, if you listen, if you're really present with them, especially on like Facebook Messenger. You just wait a few minutes, or even just a few more seconds than normal. So if someone replies to a question you ask them, don't reply immediately. It just kind of shows that you're desperate to ask them questions, and it just kind of seems a little too urgent, too desperate. So I'm not really sure how else to explain that, but ask or wait a few seconds and then respond with a really well thought out question that is really it appears, and it is that you took the time to really dive into and understand how they responded, so you can really respond with a better question. All right, so hope these tips help you out. Have a great day, my friend. I'm going to enjoy this day. I'll be back in this coffee shop here, and take care, man.